We are here at the Magic desk, and don't forget, I'm not Magic Mike, I'm Magic Rob. And I'd like to introduce you to somebody, and she goes by the name of Magic Katie. Oh, I like that. That was good. It's that's old school. It's not like David Blaine where he looks into the camera. That was like Doug Henning, like the world is full of illusions. That type of, you don't know who Doug Henning is. He was scary.
Wasn't he like the first illusionist, like the first person to
Yeah.
like really make it big and
Yes.
the whole like let's fuck with your head?
Yes, I would say that he was around before David Copperfield, or at least
he was around. That guy you're talking about was around in like the 80s.
Oh God, you know who he looked like? Yanni, with the big,
Because I think I seen him before.
afro-y hair and a big mustache, and that's what he would see. He'd go, the world is full of illusions. Very, very, very gay.
Yeah.
That's all I can describe.
Well, I mean,
very gay.
when you think about it, this is my opinion.
Uh-oh.
Magic and magicians and everything, it's very flamboyant. It's
very
because
it
it's
is.
very theatrical. Because that's the whole thing. They're putting on a show, so it's like, you know, when you look at who the magician is, you're just kind of like, I get it. You know, you have like the older, like the old school guys who wear like the suits, and then all of a sudden they like change colors, and they have the girls and they twirl them, and they're like ooh, and then you have people like Chris Angel, where it's like I'm this like very pretty hair and makeup, and I'm very theatrical and pretty looking, and look at me. And then you have David Blaine, that's very like, it's not so much his look, it's the way he talks, and he's like, so what card did you pick? Was it a 3 of hearts? And then, like, you're just like, wow, like, are you Penn and Teller? It's like, you know, they're like, whenever, what is it, Penn that talks, or is it Teller that talks? Penn, whenever he talks, he's very theatrical, and he's like, you want to be able to do this and that and this.
He's got a little painted nail. He paints one of his nails.
So it's like,
and it's
magic.
like he has a long fingernail, and
oh my God,
he paints
yes.
it.
I did notice that in one of the episodes.
I don't know why, but that's what he does.
But I think that's the whole magician thing, is they're very flamboyant. So it is very gay without being gay.
You're right. You're right, and you're right. You're right. You're fucking right. Even David Copperfield's very gay. With the flowing shirts and the hair. Even though he was with that model, Claudia Schiffer, or Shape, whatever her name is, but one of them supermodels, but very, very, very flamboyantly.
But you gotta think too, isn't like in magic, even when you do Houdini and you go all the way back to those days, you know, that's like the Renaissance era. So Houdini always had like the Sherlock Holmes look with the ruffles and the crazy hair, and like would just come out of stuff, and you're just like, okay.
You're right. Why do you think that is? Because it's
a theatrical,
it's a theatrical,
it's a show.
stagey thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess you can't really have somebody go, "Hey, how you doing? My name's Bob. Watch this. It's gone. What do you think of that?" I mean, that'd be kind of fun. Maybe that's an angle. Maybe that's like a new style magician. That's like the theatrical and unenthused. See, I gotta tell you, I think David Blaine is a little like that, because this whole monotone, like, is that your card? That's the only thing that's theatrical.
But see,
when he
that's
looks
the
in the
thing.
camera
It's like there's always
and
that
goes,
one thing. And you gotta think too. There's always that one thing that has to make it, you know, entertaining, because magic is entertainment. You can't have someone boring and doing magic tricks, because like when we watch that show, the Wizard Wars.
Yeah.
It's a skit. It's all funny. It's all a story. And magic is all about telling a story. And if you notice that any time you watch any kind of magic show, Chris Angel, David Blaine, they're always telling a story along with the magic trick. So it makes that whole illusion to distract you. So no matter how it is, it's all theatrical, either if you look one way or another.
I think you've gotten smarter in the last 2 days. I do. I think all of a sudden you got infused with smart juice.
Thanks.
Because like yesterday's newscast was like spot on. Like everything that you did was like story. You weren't like it was like this is the story, this is the news, this is the story, this is the news. Here's my commentary, this is the news, and here we are talking about magicians, and you're just like bang, bang, here it is. Think you got? I don't know what happened. What do you think happened in the last 2 days? You just all of a sudden, you're.
Maybe it's all the protein that I'm taking.
Do you think that's what it is? You think the protein?
Smart protein.
The smart protein is making.
No.
It's smart water.
I became sequentially smarter, or whatever that word is.
Yeah, there. Now you lost it. Take a sip of your
Squish-
water.
I don't know. I can't even pronounce it. Never mind.
Oh, that's so funny. All right. Well, are you ready?
Oh, you sounded raspy when you said it. Say it again.
Are you ready?
Yeah. There you go.
Okay. But you're right. And just to cap it off, Siegfried and Roy.
Oh yeah. I always forget they're magicians. I always thought they were just a tiger show that just did Olympics with the tigers.
No,
Like,
they made tigers appear, disappear, and I think they were gay for each other. Like they were a couple.
I thought they were though.
I never
I thought
got
that,
real
like,
confirmation.
Well,
but
because
I think
you
they
had to
are.
think in that time too, whenever they first started, being gay was still kind of a, because wasn't it when they started the whole AIDS epidemic?
Oh yeah, I think
So
they
it
were
was very like
70s.
you can't say you're gay or you'll get like murdered.
Yeah, so they definitely were very flamboyant. Rhinestones. I mean, they were over the top.
You know what? I've never seen an actual magic show, like gone to Vegas and seen a magic show before, and I always wanted to. So we're gonna have to go.
It's good.
That's like
It
the one
depends
thing.
on what you see.
See, and
Because you have comedy magic. You have, to me, Penn and Teller is kind of like the comedy magic. It's like adult magic. They're the first ones to really do that that adult magic, where sometimes they would even tell you how tricks were done. Like they would do a trick and tell you how it was done, where you go, oh, that's how it was done. But then they do a trick off of that trick that puts it back in, like where you're like, oh wow. So they're like, blah 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 blah, and you're like, oh wow, and they go, well, this is how it was done, and you go, oh cool, and they go, or was it done like this? And all of a sudden it's another, and you're like, motherfucker, they like one-upped showing you how a trick was done. That was like their gimmick. That's what they kind of did. It was like adult stuff. Their jokes were, or their comedy skits were adult. They weren't, having, they didn't dance and they didn't do this on stage. And the fact that Teller doesn't talk and just things of that nature made them
and also,
original.
And also the magic world's very difficult because it's very select. Like you already have your prime magician, so if you add no more, it's like, well, Penn and Teller does that.
Well, yeah, because
David Copperfield does it. David Blaine does
like,
that. Chris Angel does that. It's kind of like, how do you? Because like
you can only do so much.
Yeah.
It's like,
and it's like people are like, I want to be the next Chris Angel. Well, it's like, how are you gonna up Chris Angel? I mean, the guy levitated on the Luxor. How are you gonna up levitating from the Luxor?
And
so
how do you one up looking like a rock star and
Yeah.
you know, dressing in the Ed Hardy and riding the motorcycle. Just they're all characters. It's
Yeah.
like they're all specific characters. They're all, you know, one way. And if you try to do what they do or fall near there, you're just ripping them off.
And also David Blaine. How can you up David Blaine? He goes to the most notorious places, like in the projects or in like poverty, and like totally spooks people's mind. It's like, you know, he doesn't do the Vegas thing. Well, like when I say Vegas, he doesn't go amongst the Vegas crowds and goes to the stratosphere and like does all this stuff. He goes to fucking like the swamp in Louisiana and is like, yo man, how'd you do that, man? How'd you do that, man? Oh my god, you made that water just pop up that fucking swamp. Oh my god, you made it clear. How'd you make it clear, man? You want some crawfish? They're gonna be fresh crawfish now. And he's like, I make the crawfish disappear in my stomach.
Yeah. I mean, he definitely, at some point, somebody informed David Blaine that black people are like get mystified by magic. So at some point, somebody said, if you do a magic trick for a black person, they will think you are the devil. Then he was like, I'm gonna try that. And he just went down and went, hey, black dude, come here. And they, yeah, what up? And he went, watch this. And they went, oh shit! And he just fucking went nuts. And he was like, I'm onto something. Because that's all, I mean, he goes to like football team. I've seen him do the, he went to the Dallas Cowboys. And it's like Deion Sanders like, oh shit! He's running around. It's like every fucking black guy he comes into contact with loses their mind and are like, you are the fucking devil.
Well, remember the basketball one when he put the card in the basketball and the guy like he's like, how'd you do that? How'd you do that? Oh my god, how'd you do that? You gonna pay for that ball? You gonna pay for that ball? How'd you do that? How'd you do that? How'd you do that?
And so somebody told him magic for black people, it gets the biggest crowd, it gets the biggest reaction, and magic for poor hillbilly white people gets the reaction that makes them look even more stupid than they are. Because then they show, like you said, and he's like in the trailer, and he's got these three white people, and they got no teeth, and he's like, pick a card, and they're like, what do you want? You want a big car? All right, I'll pick a card. And all of a sudden he does the thing, and they don't say nothing, and they just look at each other, and they're like, and he's like, what do you think? And they're like, and they're just flip.
And they look at the camera, and they're like, I'm on TV.
Yeah, and they're like, how do you do that? Ma! Pa! And it's like
It's Jesus.
yeah, it's like retarded people. Just all, so you have the retarded white people completely just spellbound by the magic man, and the black people that are like, holy shit, it's fucking Satan himself.
But you know what too? You know what he does? Like this is his thing too. Is he does it with people who don't have TVs. So they're not like, oh, you're that magic dude. Show me a trick. It's like it's more of like, I heard about you from my homeboy Tyrone Jamal Jamarcus. So show me a trick. And he's like, there.
And yeah, I love it. He goes, hey, come here. I love it. Come here. And they're like, what you want, child? He's like, let me show you this. All of a sudden, it's like a devil card. And like, oh shit! What? And he goes, come here, let me show you it again. No, don't show it to me again! Don't show it to me again! No! Are you ready? Let me show you a trick. It's David Blaine. So, I don't even know where we were. Anyways, magicians. You know who wanted to be a magician?
You.
No, that no. I that.
Klein Rock.
Who?
Klein Rock.
Watch your trick. No. Smiley. This
I
kid we
think-
knew, Ryan Katz, Smiley. He works at the WWE now. Yeah, he as soon as Chris Angel came, see, Smiley is a weird dude. He's one of these guys
Is he very pop culture? in a
and
way?
very desperate to be famous. But I mean, anybody that does something, you know, like us, baseball player, anybody that does something, you say, I want to be famous and make lots of money and doing what I'm doing. And then there's people who go, I just want to be famous at any cost. So, I could be famous running on a baseball field and, you know, taking out my balls and whipping them around. Okay, I'll do that. I could be famous by, you know, eating boogers on. Okay, I could. Smiley was one of those guys that at all costs, that's what he just wanted to be famous. He auditioned to be a weatherman when KCAL or one of these local channels were auditioning to have a weatherman. So he auditioned, like, just randomly. He knows nothing about weather. He knows nothing about any of that. But he basically put a little audition together in his head and went and auditioned to be a weatherman. It's like very random. But if he could be famous because he would be a weatherman on local TV in Los Angeles, then he made it. So anything, he did an abs commercial. He went and auditioned to be in a commercial to wear an ab belt. And he's in the commercial where it's like, hi, I'm Ryan, and I lost 4 inches with ab stretches, and it was great. And he's like, look, did you see me? I'm in that. Just random things that were so obscure, but in his mind, that could make him famous. So when Chris Angel came out, Smiley decided he was going to be a magician. So he went and bought magic tricks, and he would incorporate them into his wrestling. And his gimmick, you know, his thought was, well, there's no wrestlers that do magic, so I'll be like a wrestling magician. And of course I'll get signed by a wrestling company because of that. And to the point where he like even came up with a wrestling TV show based on magic. And he was trying to put that, I mean, just really bizarre things. So he was like the Chris Angel, like he bought the Chris Angel books, bought the Chris Angel the videos. Chris Angel was his like idol. And he would tell me, you know what Chris Angel makes? You know, he just signed a new deal. He re-upped his team. Like, it was like if Chris Angel walked in the room and said, blow me, he would have fucking sucked him off. Are you ready? Smiley went, yeah, blow me. That's what Ryan would have done. He would have sucked Chris Angel off. So Smiley wanted to be a magician. And he would do card tricks and shit. Some of his card tricks were pretty good. Like he would do a trick and I'd be like, oh, that's pretty good. How'd you do that? And then he would do some tricks where he'd fuck up and you'd see, you know, you'd be like, oh, dude, I can see you palming that. Or I can see you do that. He's like, yeah, I know, I haven't perfected that. I'm like, and you're going to be a magician. These magicians have been doing this for...
So like kids.
Yeah, they've been doing it all their lives to practice this. And then they go on tour and perfect this. Smiley tried to do stand-up, like, comedy. No, rap. Did rapping. Made rap songs.
I can see it.
Did that, I mean, just...
I can totally see him be all like, yo.
Just everything he
Yeah.
did, he wasn't. He's one of those. As they would say, a jack of all trades, a master of none. So he could do a whole bunch of stuff, but none of it good. So none of the things he did, he could actually be successful in.
And
So even wrestling, he wrestled, but he wasn't big enough. He didn't have a look. He didn't have any of the things that the WWE or a real company of $1 billion level would say, we're going to make you go against CM Punk. Or we're going to make you a manager like Paul Heyman, and you're going to be with Brock Lesnar. Nothing like that. It was more behind the scenes. The only thing he was good at was behind the scenes, technical, editing, web stuff, things of that nature. But out in the front, he was good at what he was doing. So like the gimmick we gave him in wrestling, he was good. We made him look like the Clockwork Orange character. But prior to that, he had hair, which was balding, and he was like the agent to the stars. It's Smiley Johnson here. I'm fast talking, I'm sexy walking, and I'm an agent to the stars. And you're just like, dude, you are like every cliche indie manager, loser, wrestler. And it wasn't until we made him shave his head and wear suspenders with a white shirt. He looked like the Clockwork Orange guys with the painted eye.
Out of the hat.
With the hat, and that's how he would come out. And then he got over. And then people liked him. But he didn't come in with that. We gave him that gimmick. We created that gimmick. Before, he was just a balding Jewish kid from Colorado that had had every other gimmick that everybody else had. So there it is, Smiley Johnson, the wrestling magician. Are you ready? Give me news.
You know, the music news. There's a lot of music news.
Ooh, I like music news. We haven't had music news in a while.
I know. We got a couple good music news stories.
Okay.
So, Christine McVie, she reunited with Fleetwood Mac, and they did their first show last night in Minneapolis at the Target Center. They're doing a 33-city show. They're going to be in Inglewood and in...
What the fuck is Inglewood? Who are they playing? A bunch of blacks?
Yes.
Who's fucking...
Like hippies. Like,
there's no blacks that like fucking Fleetwood Mac.
But they're going to be here whenever my mom's in town, so maybe we can go to Inglewood.
Inglewood. Where are they playing? They're going to be playing somewhere.
At one of their... at some venue in Inglewood. And then they're also playing in Anaheim at Honda Center.
Yeah, there you
like
go.
the beginning of December.
That sounds logical.
But
Inglewood,
if they like flipped it, like flipped the dates.
I wanna feel me. I don't know if it's feel me or eat me or be me. I wanna, and the voice goes in the back. I wanna feel me. Come on in. I wanna feel me. I want. Tell me who's a liver, who will be your liver tonight. And the drummer, Matt Fleetwood, this ugly fucking bug-eyed dude playing the drums. And you're like, you gotta be the ugliest motherfucker in the world. And it's a band that had hits, and every old fuck wanted them to like reunite, but none of them would get like. One would, the other one would, and you're like, what do you people do? Like, what do you, when bands like that won't get back together, and they hate each other so much, I can't fathom what happened that they can't just, I mean, when you're that big, even as an old shitty band, You don't have to be with each other. It's like you show up.
Yeah.
There's bands like, I mean, part of the reason Metallica is the way they are now is they are not who they were in the beginning. And they'll even say that. They all fly separate. They don't fly together on a fucking airplane to the venue. They don't do any of that. They basically go to venues and leave. So they're only really together at the shows. But Lars got a private jet. James got a private jet. They all fly separately. They all, so it always is perplexing. And I don't know why the big deal that Christy McVie or whatever her name is coming, is playing. To me, it was always Mick Fleetwood, Stevie Nicks, and Lindsey Buckingham or whatever his name is. That to me was Fleetwood Mac. The girl was the one that went me. The other ones are come on in. To me, those are the guys.
And then Stevie's the biggest one out of all of them.
Yeah, Stevie Nicks is the one that you know. That big fat ass out there fucking singing.
She's dope.
So they're back together.
Yeah, back together since 1997. But Fleetwood Mac would still tour. Like the other members would still tour and they would still go about their own ways, so just without Christine.
Yeah.
And it just so happened they finally got Christine, 71-year-old Christine.
Oh, is that how old she is?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. Wonder what she looks like.
Old.
Ugh.
I guess well, she looks the same.
Except
kind
old.
Kind of Botoxy, but old. Like wrinkly. But yeah. So, Andre 3000 from Outkast. Andre Benjamin, if you want to call him that.
My baby don't mess around because I'm always enough to show. That one, right? Alright, Andre 3000.
He has made the statement that Outkast after this weekend is officially done.
I thought they were officially done.
I thought they were officially done too. And he's also going to be playing Jimi Hendrix in the John Ridley biopic Jimmy, All Is By My Side.
I see that. He looks like Jimi Hendrix.
Oh, dude, I know.
I
was looking at it, I was like, you look like you could be his grandson.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, I see that.
I want to see the movie. I thought they already did a Jimi Hendrix movie, but then again, I think they did like 10.
I was gonna say, I think they did. It's like Elvis movies.
It's like
oh, it's Elvis shit everywhere.
You know what it is? It's those independent films that, I mean, maybe this is more mainstream, but it's those independent films that's Bob Marley, Jimi Hendrix, Elvis Presley, and there's another, I think it's John Lennon, where they do like little weird little portrays.
Yeah.
And they're like little short films that are like on IFC.
Yeah.
You know? So I'm just like, okay, I think the Jimi Hendrix thing's been done like 10 times already.
Alright, so Andre 3000.
Yeah. And
tell me, Miss Jackson.
Are you for real? Never meant to make a daughter cry. I apologize a trillion times. I'm sorry, Miss Jackson.
Ooh.
I am for real.
Alright, so he's going to be Jimi Hendrix, ladies and gentlemen. Andre 3000.
Oh, and he also just wants everyone to know, because people are like, well, why? What's wrong with Outkast? Like, why did you do it? He says, yo, man, I don't want to be doing this till I'm 50 years old, alright? And rap is young people's music.
But it wasn't even rap. To me, that
it was like, well, when they started, it was rap-ish.
That's one of those songs that, no matter where you are and it comes on, you just want to fucking dance.
You think you got it, oh, you think you got it, but gotta get it isn't nothing at all. Yeah! Then what makes what? Love it.
It's a great song.
Why? Tell me how I'm happy.
It's a great song.
Do it now. I love that song. You see the Shake It, Shaking like a Polaroid picture. I'm dancing for the music video. If you haven't seen it, that's why I'm doing this, because in the music video, the girls are in the background going, hey.
Yeah, and now everybody's got giant afros on and
No,
shit.
that's when Andre did the flat hair. When he
oh,
looked like
yeah,
Cat Williams.
he's got like, he was a Cat Williams.
Yeah. He did the Cat Williams look, and he slicked his hair down. And Big Boy's always had the shaved head, though.
Which one is, what, is it Miss Jackson where they got the big afro? Or he's got the afro?
Earlier days, he had the huge afro.
Yeah, them.
Like that's Miss Jackson era.
He had that big, and it was just a huge, it was like,
Oh,
it looked
massive.
like an afro wig.
It was like this big.
Yeah.
Like, it was insane. But that's how you knew who he was, because it was like, because he was, he kept that. He's like, I'm like the first to have the biggest afro in rap music, man.
Good stuff, man. Alright, give me another,
Malcolm Young, his family has officially confirmed that he has dementia. And it's like, I know of dementia and like Alzheimer's runs in my family. I kind of get the grasp of it. But Malcolm Young has it so bad. He doesn't remember any of the AC/DC songs. Like, he doesn't know how to play them anymore. He doesn't remember what the names of them are. And he has like short-term memory loss so bad that one of his family members was saying, you talk to him and you like have a conversation with him and you leave and you come right back in, he'll totally forget who you are. Like, that's how bad his dementia is.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
So, I guess he's not going to be playing with AC/DC anytime soon.
No.
He's not going to be,
He is,
a little highway to hell anytime soon.
And it's crazy. It's almost like, man, he must have, like, because he's younger than that Christy McVeigh girl, because he's in his 60s.
Yeah.
And she's 70, and like, I'm just like, dude, that kind of sucks.
What, you think just because you get to be 70, you all of a sudden get dementia?
Yeah.
No, it's not everybody gets it.
I know, but still. I mean, you would think being in a rock band and partying, unless it's just like a family thing.
Yeah, it's one of those things
but then again, you're talking to someone who I think once you hit 50, you kind of start getting diseases.
Yeah.
So that's what's happened.
Yeah, so it's just one of those things that he got the dementia bug. He got the Alzheimer's. He got, the Muhammad. Look at Muhammad Ali's got. Well, Muhammad Ali. It all depends on who you listen to. Muhammad Ali, they'll either say has Parkinson's. He's got Alzheimer's. He's got brain damage from getting punched in the head. You don't fucking know. You don't know, because you don't really know what brings all of this on. Because now you're learning that, with the football injuries, that constant blows to the head creates mental illness. So if that's the case, then you have to say that Muhammad Ali has everything that he has because of getting punched in the head all those times. And then you'd have to wonder, does alcohol and drugs contribute to brain damage? But then you look at Keith Richards, the Rolling Stones, who's in his 70s, and
he's still rolling.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, people make jokes that he still parties. Now, he's never confirmed, nor has he ever denied that he doesn't party. So I gotta believe that motherfucker still partakes in the heroin and just still does hard drugs. Yeah. I gotta imagine, because he's never came out and said, I don't do that anymore. It's like he's never come out and said, I've been clean and sober for 20 years. He's never come out and said that. And he definitely don't look like he's
he don't look like a skeleton.
Yeah.
With just like the face
but
mask on.
Hey, he's still going. He don't got dementia. he still goes up there and plays
But also
25
you can
Rolling
be-
Stones songs.
Yeah, and also you can be the healthiest person and get dementia.
Exactly.
I mean, just like my grandfather's sister, she has Alzheimer's. I mean, I think that's like the
yeah,
beginning
it's
stages
still,
of
it's
it.
in that range.
But like you know, she's like super healthy and she's 80 something and she's like has Alzheimer's. And she'll still walk every day and she'll still, you know, get exercise, but she's got it. It's getting worse. I mean, she's like 85, 86 now.
Yeah.
So.
Alright, so Malcolm Young, he's definitely not coming back
Anytime soon.
anytime soon. Not gonna happen. Unless he gets that the drug that they used in Deep Blue Sea that they took from the shark cartilage brain cells, and they put it and it regressed and rebuilt Alzheimer's.
Well, since people,
You never saw a movie, so it's kind of stupid for me to play on it. Right now, the audience is like, yeah, Samuel L. Jackson gets eaten by a shark. But anyways, go ahead, give me another story.
All right, Governor Brown signed a new law, a new gun law.
He's probably happy as fuck. Fleetwood Mac's back together. That's like his era, man. That's like when he was like partying. He's like, yeah.
You know, okay, before I go into this, you know, I was looking at him and I go, you know who would be perfect in a Governor Brown movie? It's the guy from Transparent. Remember that one show we watched? He's done a bunch of other stuff and he like ended up being a woman, like he dresses as a woman. Remember?
Jeffrey Tambor.
He would be perfect as Governor Brown in a Governor Brown movie.
You know, what you got to do later on is take a look at Amazon Prime, because I think
There's a new...
they did more of those shows. I know they did more of this because I seen an ad that said watch all episodes of Transparent or whatever it is. So I wonder if they did more of those other shows or if they just did the Transparent.
I get why it's called Transparent now.
Get it? Transparent.
I'm dumb sometimes. I'm slow. Okay. Governor Brown signed. So he signed a law that is a gun violence restraining order. Now, if you have a family member in the state of California, you have a family member, and you know they have guns and you feel threatened, you can ask the judge to make a restraining order. It goes from 21 days, and if you really feel threatened, it goes to up to a year. So 21 days to, 365 days. Law terms. I'm using law terms now, right? Yeah. Okay. So he signed that bill also because what happened was not only the Elliot Rodger thing, but in Northern California, a 13-year-old boy who had a BB gun got shot and killed by a police officer. And his parents were like, you gotta do something, Governor. Like, this whole thing is getting ridiculous. We have people from Southern California and Northern California, from civilians to police officers killing our people. So he signed this law, and this law is in effect, and the person gets their guns taken away and gets under investigation for the, inferior, if you feel threatened. So that's what Governor Brown's doing.
And I'm sure all the gun activists are losing their minds.
Yeah, pretty much.
That a judge now and somebody can just report that another person. So basically, you're like, oh, my brother has guns, and he took it out, and he threatened me with it, and I'm fearing my life. He could then go to the police, take out a restraining order, and the police can then go, okay, hey brother, we're taking your guns away.
And we're taking you.
And we're gonna, you're gonna have to go see a judge if you want to get them back, 3 months from now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely could see the gun nuts
and also
losing their mind.
Part of the law is there's restriction on is it 6mm bullets? I think 6mm bullets or bigger is what like you have to feel threatened by, not a BB gun.
I got you.
You know, so it has to be an actual like legit firearm that is a pistol, shotgun, any
Assault
of
rifle,
that.
something
Yes,
like
any
that.
of that, not a BB gun.
Got it.
Also, in Bell Gardens, there's that or that issue that's going on with the mayor, Daniel Crespo, who
Ladies and gentlemen, can I just say this real quick? Katie Summers
what?
calls a mayor of a small city being murdered an issue. Go ahead, kids.
It is an issue. It is an issue. And I'll tell you why it's an issue. I'm going to pull a Nancy Grace, and I'm going to tell you why it's an issue here.
So tell us the facts before you give us the opinion. Mayor of Bell Gardens.
The mayor of Bell Gardens was having an argument with his wife and his son. First his son intervened, and the wife, Lavette Crespo, went into the bedroom, grabbed a gun, and shot Mayor Daniel Crespo a few times, and he later died in the hospital. Lavette Crespo and the son, Daniel Crespo Jr., were taken into custody, questioned, then released. The investigation has now been put in the hands of prosecutors, and they will decide if they want to file charges.
That is crazy. It is insane. Do you have any more thoughts on this? Because to me, it's pretty unfathomable that the police just questioned the mom, questioned the son, and let them go, and now are leaving it up to a grand jury to decide. Like, they're like the fact that they're not even arrested. The fact that it was like, well, why did you kill your husband? Because he was arguing with my son. I mean, basically, that what happened was the mayor was arguing with the wife, who was his sweetheart, his high school sweetheart. So it's not like they just got married. They've been together since, like, I think it said the 80s.
Yeah, 15 years they've been married.
It's something in. It's got to be longer than that. The 90, whatever it was. This couple have been together for a long time.
Yeah.
The son is 17 years old.
19.
Is it 19?
So they've been married for 20 years. The son's 19. So basically,
yeah.
After high school.
So the son is a adult. So from what my understanding was, the father and the mother got into. I read that the father got into an altercation with the son, and the mother then went and got a gun and shot the mayor.
Well, from the wife and the son's point of view, the wife and the husband were fighting. The son intervened. The wife grabbed a gun and then shot Daniel Crespo. Boom, boom, boom. And called the ambulance. He died at the hospital. So however, that's what she told the police.
That's to me.
Now, I mean, they were arrested and taken into custody and questioned.
That's
no, but I thought that's like what they that's what they did until like further facts investigation, because when you like.
No, honey. If me and you got into a fight right in here, and I shot you, and if we called the police and they took me into custody, they would not question me, and I say, well, we got into a fight. She got into a fight. We all got into a fight up here, and she was acting crazy, so I shot her. They'd be like, nah. You're gonna be charged. It's just to me, this is just, it's crazy. Like, you're not even talking about a child. It's not like a child was involved. You're talking about a 19-year-old man. You're talking about a man.
Yeah.
So even if and we haven't even heard this, because I would imagine we would have heard this. The fact that what was the mayor like? If the mayor was just arguing with his wife, you're gonna tell me that deserves to be shot? If the mayor was punching his wife in the face, a 19-year-old man can't get his dad for punching his wife in the face? And I don't even believe that, because they would have come out and said the mayor's wife's face is beaten to a pulp. She's bleeding. He was strangling her. She was almost dead. But that didn't transpire. I mean, just to me, this entire story is really fucked up. Because if the mayor and the wife got into a fight, the son intervened, and then the wife ran to get a gun and she shot the mayor, why didn't she just go and call 911? Well, it's just it's fucked up, man. It's fucked up, and it's even more fucked up that they let the mayor, or they let the wife and the son just go. Like, that's it. Now it's up to the DA's hands.
It's very weird. I don't know. I mean, I get it. This is like this story, but it's like one of those things. It's just kind of like, how can you even like really explain it? Because you never heard of anybody being let go after shooting and killing somebody.
No, that's what I'm saying. I've never heard of this.
And it's like...
And if they're going to do that, then they normally... the information comes out like the guy was strangled. It's like what you see in a movie. The guy's like killing the other person, and all of a sudden you hear, "Get off my son!" And the guy looks up and he's covered in blood, and the child's covered in blood, and he goes, "Barbara, you wouldn't do it, you bitch." And then he takes a knife and goes to give the last plunge into the throat of the son, and the wife shoots the husband once in the head and starts crying. And the mother and the son now cuddle each other on the ground while they're bleeding from their wounds. And then the police come and put blankets on them, and you hear the piano music fade out as the father is laying there. There's the scenario. But I haven't heard that scenario. I haven't heard that scenario at all. The scenario is, there was an altercation, and the mother went and got a gun and shot the mayor a bunch of times. It's like, what do you mean, an altercation? Like, it's not a kid, it's a 19-year-old man. Bizarre.
I guess, I can only assume that they will file charges since she did shoot and kill her husband. I can only assume that, though.
They have to. They have to file charges.
Because she admitted it. She admitted to shooting him. She admitted to grabbing the gun. She admitted to shooting him. He died. So it's
file charges. They have to.
So she does have to eventually be in custody. She has to eventually be put into a cell.
Have to. I don't give a shit if they think they're going to come up with the abused wife. They have to, because you have two people involved. You have a 19-year-old child,
and the boy
who's not a child.
The boy can get in trouble too, can he? Or not really?
I'm telling you, the son probably. Who knows? There's more to this story that is not out, and there's a cover-up going on, and who knows when you'll get the real facts, but it ain't, the father argued with the mom, the son intervened, the mom went and got a gun and then shot the mayor. 7 times till he died.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here. That's crazy shit. So, we'll see more. Maybe tomorrow we'll get more news on the air of WILDCARD. So, alright, give me something else.
I have breaking news.
I like breaking news.
That Florida man that shot that 17-year-old kid because of the music.
Yeah.
He's found guilty and is facing up to 75 years in prison.
Good.
So that's like the breaking news.
Alright, good. He went on trial again. For one I mean, he was already looking at a 25-year sentence on one of the things he was convicted on. So to me, this second trial was really nothing more than show, because he was going to die in prison anyways. He's a 50-something-year-old guy who was going to wind up getting 20-plus years for what he was convicted on. This just kind of adds, just adds more time to time that is already levied on him that he's going to die in prison from. So that's good. So dead. Fuck him.
Alright, so in other news, now remember, I don't know if you saw this play, but Monday night's game with the Patriots and the Chiefs, there was an interception thrown, and Hussein Abdullah intercepted the ball and ran for a touchdown.
I seen
and
this.
At the end, he
dropped
the
to
slide.
his knees.
They call it a slide.
Yeah.
So he slid on his knees and then did the praying thing. He's a Muslim, and the whole thing was he was praying. He did his Muslim prayer after the touchdown. Well, the flag was thrown. The penalty was called unsportsmanlike conduct, and Coach Reed was like, "You can't slide." So the whole thing is, oh well, he was considered sliding, not praying.
Yes.
And the NFL took back the penalty, apologized, and was like, "Sorry, that was a wrong penalty."
Yes.
Because they realized he was praying.
Yes. Because the new rule in the NFL is, like, celebrations, you can't go to your knees. You can't drop to your knees. You can't, do breakdance moves. You can't do things of that nature. So the minute he went to his knees, they were like, flag. Nobody realized that he was praying.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, I realized what he was doing because I went, what's that guy doing? Praying? And when he turned around, the back of his jersey says Abdullah, whatever fucking thing, and I went,
Abdullah, yeah.
I go, oh, he must be a Muslim.
Yeah.
He's got to be a Muslim. He went to his knees, did the whole
hand plant, and then
the whole prayer like they do on the fucking carpets.
Yeah.
And when he turned around, it said Abdullah, and it went, oh, Muslim.
Oh yeah. So they took back the penalty, and the whole. Sorry about that, guys. That wasn't a slide, that was a prayer. So yeah, so that's him. The Kansas City Royals had a big win.
Yes, they did.
They were the wild card. They beat the Oakland Athletics.
Yes, they did.
9-8.
Yes, they did.
And that's their first. This is their first time in playoffs since 1985 World Series. It's 29 years.
Yeah. Remember, I said that yesterday. I remember that. That era. And if I remember, they played the St. Louis Cardinals in that World Series. If I remember, they played the St. Louis Cardinals, and like I said, Brett, George Brett was like the big star back then. So that was the era of the Kansas City Royals. So they won last night in dramatic fashion.
Yeah.
They might be the team of destiny this year. Like, they might be that team that goes and all the way, and everybody's like, eee, and it's like historic.
Yeah.
Although the top team in the American League this year is the Angels. Angels have the home field advantage throughout the entire
Who's Angels?
playoffs. Anaheim.
I think that's who they play next.
Yeah, if they win.
I know they play a Cali team.
If they win, they play. I think they play the Angels. If they win, because remember it's a best of
7.
Yeah, no, the wild card's a best of 5.
Oh, because are you sure? Because that thing said that this game last night was a do or die game.
Really?
Yeah.
What did they have a playoff? It was a
It was like a 1 game.
Really?
Yeah, and it was like either this was the game to show that they can do it or not do it.
Really? I thought they were already in the playoffs. Like I thought they were already in the wild card game. That's weird.
Like they made it. Like this is like they're like, oh, we made it. Like that's why they were celebrating so hard because they're like, oh my god, we actually made it into the legit playoffs.
That's what I'm saying. But so it must have been them and the Oakland Athletics must have finished tied for the season, and
yeah.
it was a 1 playoff game. You kind of get what I'm saying?
Yeah, because tomorrow they play the LA Angels.
Yeah, so it must have been a it must have been a playoff or they must have been tied, and whoever won went to the playoff.
Well, no, because yesterday they played, the Athletics, and then the 28th they played the White Sox. So they only played the Athletics once.
Will baseball change the way they do playoffs now?
I guess so.
No, why? That makes no sense. The way baseball has always been.
Because now they're in the actual legit playoffs because they play the Angels tomorrow, and they play them again on the 3rd, then they play them again on the 5th, and they play them again on the 6th, and again on the 8th.
No, I'm with you. I'm not debating that, but the way baseball always worked before was you have 3 divisions,
Mm-hmm.
and then you have a wild card. So you have 4 teams. So you have 2 teams. Wild card plays one of the division winners, and then the other 2 division leaders play. So they play, and then the winners play each other for the American League Championship. And then whoever wins that plays the National League winners for the World Series. Because American League they play the National League in the World Series. Just like the football, AFC against NFC.
Mm-hmm.
So my understanding always was American League, you have the East, West, and Central. So you got winner, winner, winner. That's 3 teams. Then you have 1 wild card. So it's basically the 4th best team. The 4th best team plays the 3rd best team. The winner of that plays the winner of the 1 and 2 seeds playing each other. And that's how it goes. And that's what I thought Kansas City was playing Oakland in, was the wild card game. And then the winner would go on to play Anaheim. I don't know. I'm going to have to...
Maybe that's what you're saying. I don't know. I'm just going by what this thing says.
Yeah, but what you're saying is, and which I am getting from what you're reading, is that Kansas City played Oakland, and now they're in the playoffs. Like they're playing the Angels now, which makes it sound like Kansas City and Oakland finished with the same record. Regular season, they tied. So then baseball said, all right, you got to play, and the winner makes it into the playoffs. That's
Yeah.
what I'm understanding, but I always thought the Royals were in as a wild card. Unless
See,
now.
I don't know. I mean, all I know was last night was a wild card game. That's
Yeah,
all I know.
I don't get that.
So, like, my thing is like, I haven't watched baseball since I was, like, 18. I don't know the rules of fucking
There's no way they make
baseball.
wild
So,
card
it's like,
games just one games now. I can't believe that.
unless wild card's part of the playoffs.
No, it is, hon.
See, then that's the thing. It's like I'm thinking of how football is. How football is like a
No,
wild card to
it-
get in the playoffs, but this is you're in the playoffs.
Yeah, but
and
wild card, no, wild card in football, you're in the playoffs too.
Then I don't know. I don't know wild card rules then.
Wild card means that you didn't win your division.
That's what I thought. I thought it was like that fight to get into the playoffs.
No, you're already in the playoffs.
See, then what you're saying is right, and then I know nothing about sports.
No, but if you're saying they only had to play one game, that makes no sense in the playoff wild card world, because the wild card game is best of 5. They play 5 games, and whoever wins 3.
Like,
first.
are you speaking of 5 games against the same team, or 5
Yes,
games?
5 games against the same team.
No.
And the division championship and the World Series are best of 7. Wild card's best of 5. The division is best of 7. Football works the same way, except they don't play the same team multiple times. But in football, you have your division winners, and then you have your wild card. And in football, they award, I think it's 2 wild card teams. So you have your division winners of your each league.
Yeah.
So you got your north, east, south, whatever, however fucking many. So you have your champion of each league. And so that is determined. And then the next 2 or 3 teams with the best records automatically make it in the playoffs. And they're known as the wild card, which means they don't get home field advantage. Then they have to play more games to advance to the Super Bowl. Like one year, Buffalo was a wild card. So they had to win 1 game. Then they had to win another game. Then they went to another game, and then they had to win it to get. So basically, a wild card plays 1 extra round.
Yeah, I don't know. I never knew about the wild card. I always thought wild card was this is your shot to be in the playoffs.
No.
That's why I was like wild card. That makes sense why it would be wild card. It's because they're trying, like, they're the last one. Like, I understood it was like the last in their division, but I thought it was the last one in the division trying to get into the playoffs.
No. Wild card means you didn't win your division, but you're in the playoffs. That's why you're the wild card. You're the wild card. You're the you're the one. You're that odd man out that's in the playoffs. That is not the division leader. Because the division, the top seed doesn't have to play a game. They play the wild card. Like, they get to sit back. Same thing in football. In the football, if you win your division and you finish the number 1 seed, you don't have to play an extra game. In football, you only have to win 2 games to get to the Super Bowl. So when you are the best in the AFC, like Denver only had to play 2 games. They played the game that they beat, was it New England?
I don't remember.
They only had to play 2 games. They played 2 home games. And
Yeah, I remember they played 2 home games.
and that was
yeah.
it. And the final home game got them to get to the Super Bowl. A wild card team, you have to play 3 games. Basically, you have to play an extra game when you're a wild card. And in baseball, if you're a wild card, you have to play an extra series. So you have to play a team in order to play another team. If you beat that team, you then advance. So you basically play a whole nother.
Now, is this going to
But
the World Series?
No, they're far from the World Series.
See, I don't know. See, I ain't dying.
Nah, you got a bunch. Technically, they have four. Technically, there's four teams right now.
Okay.
Technically,
so
that is how I remember.
So who's the other two teams? So there's the Angels and the Royals, and who's the other two teams then? So technically,
Cleveland, the Indians, and one other team.
So they okay. So the
See, the way it's supposed to
because
work.
right now they're about to play 5 games against the Angels. So they're about to play 5 games because that thing is right 5 days. It's tomorrow, the 3rd, the 5th, the 8th, and the 10th.
Then the Angels and Athletics had to have been in a 1-game win and go and get into the playoffs, which has happened before, where teams finish the regular season tied.
Yeah.
And they have to play each other. So 2 teams then have to play, and the winner gets into the playoff. Because if the Angels are playing the Royals in a best-of-5, that is a fucking wild card game. A wild card series.
Yeah. Okay. So it's 2nd, 3rd, 5th, 6th, and 8th that the Royals and the Angels play.
Put in there who is in the American League playoffs. What teams are in the American League playoffs? Put that in there. I don't know why we're so focused on this, but now we've invested about 10 minutes into this, so we got to see it through. This has only been a sport news thing.
Well, sports was boring today, so it's okay.
Yeah. Did you find who's in the playoffs?
No.
Say who's in this year's playoffs? American League Baseball playoffs. (2014) American League Baseball playoffs.
I'm trying to find a link that actually says who's in the playoffs and not a picture of the playoffs. Okay. So is it American League?
Yeah, American. That's what Kansas City is in, and Anaheim's in.
Okay, so Tigers,
Okay.
Oilers,
Oilers.
Orioles,
Orioles.
whatever.
Okay.
Angels,
Okay.
and the Royals.
And the Royals. There.
Yeah.
Exactly. So the Royals must have played Oakland last night in a sudden death game,
Yeah.
and the winner made it to the playoffs. So what you have now is Kansas City playing Anaheim in a wild card game, and Detroit playing the Orioles in a playoff game. That's what you got.
And so whoever wins that goes against whoever wins the
Yeah, so Anaheim,
National.
whoever, no. Whoever wins between Anaheim and Kansas City plays whoever wins between the Orioles.
No, I know that, but whoever wins, it's like whoever wins the
Yes.
American League altogether plays
Yes.
whoever wins the National League.
Yes.
Okay, because in the National League, there is the Nationals, the Cardinals,
Yep.
the Dodgers,
Yep.
and I don't know who won the Giants and Pirates game. Let me see.
That must have been a I think it was the Pirates.
Oh, they haven't even played yet. They played tonight. So
And is it
whoever
a one?
wins-
It's a 1-game thing also.
because the Giants beat San Diego on the 28th. And then they play tonight the Pirates.
Very bizarre. That's got to be a new thing baseball did.
Like where they do one game wild card.
It's not
Or
a
one-
wild card.
Or just one game.
It's
and
like a
then,
sudden death type of situation.
But yeah, so go Dodgers.
Fucking weird. It's just not how it has always been.
I would like to see Dodgers and Angels play,
That'd be
just because it's two
that'd
California
be
teams.
that would be huge.
Yeah.
Be huge. That's right now. That's what.
Because
In
baseball.
theory, that's what they would. That's what they want.
Yeah.
That's what the TV people want, because that would be big. It's
Oh,
like when
okay.
the Yankees
You
and the
want-
Mets played. Same thing. It would be a crosstown. Anytime there's something like that, it's a big deal. So if you could have the Dodgers against the Angels, it'd be huge. It'd be huge.
I didn't realize there's so many baseball teams in California. There's like 4. There's Anaheim, Dodgers, Giants, and San Diego.
Yeah, and Oakland.
There's 5.
Yep.
Well, baseball is really popular out here.
Well, same thing. It's same thing with same thing with football. Football has got 3,
3, yeah.
and basketball got Clippers, Lakers, Kings.
What's hockey?
No, basketball. Sacramento Kings,
Oh yeah, there is a. Yeah, and then
Los
hockey.
Angeles Clippers, Los Angeles Lakers.
And then hockey.
And-
There's San Jose Sharks.
Yeah.
There's Los Angeles Kings.
Yeah.
There's another one. I think it's Anaheim. Does it Anaheim have a hockey
Anaheim,
team?
yeah, of course.
And then doesn't San Francisco have a team?
That I don't know. But yeah.
California's big on sports. And
Yeah.
I thought Texas was. California's like, don't pick that. It's way bigger. So yeah. Yay.
All right, let's go.
Yes, I got it.
Time to go.
And we gotta get stuff.
Yeah, and I gotta between this.
We had a
I'm
busy
not
day.
gonna complain anymore. There's nothing I can't. Anyways, it's the Rob Black Show. Katie Summers and it's me, Rob Black, and we are done. We're leaving. We're gonna wait, and then we're gonna leave. And that's it. It's really all I got. I'm not even gonna bitch and moan. I gave up bitching and moaning. It's pointless. So see you guys.